it, cannot hold, overflows, become one. Now work it, don't just stop. Let me see you pop at the barbershop. Work it, cannot hold, overflows, become one. Now work it, don't just stop. Let me see you pop at the barbershop. Getting ready for the show, little soldiers in a row. Watch them closely when they go, go, go. Falling in and out of low, little soldiers in a row. You can't hate them anymore. Now strike your boots and move your body close to me. Now feel the rhythm, no surrender to the beat. Now strike your boots and move your body close to me. Now feel the rhythm, no surrender to the beat. Work it. Getting ready for the show, little soldiers in a row. Watch them closely when they go, go, go. Falling in and out of low, little soldiers in a row. You can't hate them anymore, more, more. Now strike your boots and move your body close to me. Now feel the rhythm, no surrender to the beat. Now strike your boots and move your body close to me. Now feel the rhythm, no surrender to the beat. Now strike your boots and move your body close to me. Now feel the rhythm, no surrender to the beat. Now strike your boots and move your body close to me. Now feel the rhythm, no surrender to the beat. Work it. Better call the cops. Work it. Better call the cops.
Good evening everyone, welcome to another tournament stream, and this is the first Tourney stream now of the professional tournament of the spring season here that we are having and following now. First one's already in chat, Pete, hey. Yeah, as always I'm streaming with a 3 minutes of a delay here so that no stream sniping is possible, but it also means that I'm not necessarily able to follow the chat too closely here. Right, we are going to follow Reject today. And I am just stoked for some pretty good show today. Reject has shown some great stuff already, and I'm expecting a lot more of that. Now that the pro tournament is actually starting, or we are, by the way, let me just quickly talk through the format a little bit. we are going to have a format of a round-robin stage first, which means that every team on the top 8 on this pro tournament is going to play against all the other top 8 teams. And then they are getting but they are getting exactly 3 points for a win and 3 points for a defeat. Oh, wait, are they getting -3 or 0? They're getting 3 points for a win. That's the figure that matters. Yeah, 3 points for a win, and this first stage will take 3 days, which will all just follow each other now on the next 3 days here. Which means at the end of this stage, we are going to have a ranking on the leaderboard of the top 8 teams, and the top 4 are then going to proceed into the main tournament, and which is a top 4 tournament where they're going to play for the $20,000 prize pool. So everything's still open, random seeding, and it might still go absolutely anywhere. So I'm happy that we can just start with the tournament today. Room invite should be in just a minute. So I'm going to wait for that, accept the room invite, and then have another look at the games that we are following today. Because I figured out that whenever I'm minimizing the game, then it might take some time to reload again. So I want to avoid that. I missed the tournament room invite last time. I was only getting the invite just 30 seconds, or not even, I think 10 seconds before the game started, because my game was just having to refresh again, which almost led to some unfortunate situation there. Like Sakota. Okay, room invite is in. First game is against Aqua. Oh, some top caliber game here for the beginning of the day. All right. That is great. Okay, now I have a moment to quickly take another look at what is happening here on the on today's tournament. 1 second, let me just load the page here. So tournaments, setting it to English as well so everyone can understand it. Brackets. Okay. So this is where we are at right now. EG versus Aqua playing. Wait. We're starting for whatever reason it's starting on the right side here. But we are seeing Aqua versus Rejects here on the first game. On the second game then, it should be Rejects versus EG. Okay. EG has not performed too consistently on that very first stage. I mean, on the qualification. So this is something that they have to improve on. They were just sometimes having some downtime. And therefore, we will have to see how it goes for them. Rejects has done some interesting gameplay. I think they are now Russian speaking completely. And they are just having some good team play, have completed in the second place of the qualification. So let me have another look on Discord real quick. Okay, still have 2 minutes. I got one little thing. And that is just also sharing the stream on the official Discord server. Although it is on the news, definitely, so no worries about that. But I also want to make sure that people find it easily. Rejects. Okay. Post it also. Let's go. Let's go. So, I'm ready now. Let's hop over and see how what I can show you here. So our first map is going to be Albenstadt. With rejects, going Streetswagen power. A lot of mobility and DPM for them. Also, TVP and a mouse. One of the very few teams which still like to play a mouse. On rejects we could see that quite often still. And a lot of Streetswagens and a TVP as well. Quite different for Aqua. They have shown that they like the VK72 quite a lot and have gone for it not too rarely so far, especially on the heavier maps, which Albenstadt certainly is, because it is having that city side there for some close combat. The VK72s are doing a great job in the middle lane there, right behind B or just on the other side of B to punish anyone getting into that B cap. That's likely what is happening there. Also, we are seeing some E5 Streetswagens on side of rejects. And the T100 LT. T100 LT for the spotting then. Yeah, Aqua definitely also in a great position to get very far here on this tournament. They have a top-notch team right now. Basically the BPS team which won 4 seasons in a row. Until the last one. General already heading towards base C, not getting in straight away. Rather going a little bit passively right behind to see if there's anyone punishing him, and then he's dropping into that C-cap right now, as Ufpenjash, aka Way to Success, was still carefully spotting that A side, did not spot anyone. So he is still in the back here, overlooking that A side, potentially soon able to put a shot into A, that is his wish at least, while Rejects is rather deciding to carefully head into the corner. Now they did not really go aggressive just yet. They did not want to lose any hit points, and only now they are in A. Some blind shots being fired here into the bushes. Punisher now spotted as he crossed over. He is not staying in that A cap, he is increasing the pressure immediately right here on the right side, taking the high ground on that little hill to overlook the enemy cap. And making sure that Aqua would really struggle to push into that A area. But Aqua does not have to move too much right now. They are having a lot of caps. About 100 points in advance. So what Aqua would have to do now was just waiting it out. Openjar spotting again. He is known to go for some aggressive and creative spotting moves. And also often being very brave with that. Putting himself into risky positions. Almost getting punished by that mouse. But he does have one spot. That's pretty much it. Although Punisher has been spotted, the mouse has been spotted. Not much information here for either of the teams. And only the LT has been spotted on Aqua's side. Which is of course fast enough to quickly relocate wherever. He's not staying in the bushes. Just to mention that. Because the bushes are getting blind fired quite often. Tourney already shooting a ton of shells here into the bushes. Has to make sure he's not running out of ammo. But so far, Rejects is the one team which has to go for some move. B is currently in the open here, uncontested. Although there is a VK72 or two VK72s not far behind, able to just get down here and shoot into this lane to punish anyone getting into that. Mouse is getting a bit more aggressive here, potentially pressuring the B cap or just even getting into B, while the others would then probably, they're not just going full C here, they are going in from two different angles. As we can see if we zoom out a lot here, we're seeing a push from many different sides here. The Mouse now in the B cap, giving away Aqua's positions as they are trying to decap. Now Streetswagen and TVP over here are getting more aggressive as well. Also, in the back there, we've got a ton of Streetswagens, having found Peter, aka Zerd, but he is still hull down. He way hidden, and it is rated success. A open charge here, getting shot down already by the TVP and the Streetswagen. Really nice fly here by Rejects, going for two different angles. And immediately having one kill already, goes to also in heavy focus fight here, being shot down from behind. He does not have the chance of turning anywhere here. Gun advantage. Now it is a gun advantage again to the Rejects team, as F also got deleted here. But also that Rejects team lost two tanks right now, as Ghosty is getting killed as well. The push is going on here. KB in focus fire, getting shot down to one shot, is perma-tracked as well. Might not be able to survive the next shot. There he goes. But also Slobin here getting focused hard, as he is still relatively well in, but General not really able to reach him, as General is also getting killed, only leaving Peter over here alive. And over there we've got a VK72 with a lot of hit points still, but it is only a matter of time until both of them are getting deleted here. Rejects with a phenomenal play for two different sides, getting all the caps as well. Just not a B cap, but yeah, that was just great gameplay by Rejects. And just sealing the deal by cornering them in a little pocket of the map, with the team of Aqua just not really having sufficient map control and not really being in position to counter push anywhere. Although they could have, just in theory, they could have counter pushed the enemy spawn there, but they did not know about the Streetswagen and TVP being that alone until it was too late. So it was some great timing here, really. Absolutely top level timing by Rejects, pushing in to the enemy spawn first, taking base B. That was the first move. Pushing then into the enemy spawn to shoot down anyone decapping, and then getting deep down into their own spawn as well to have the maximum crossfire, with Aqua just really suffering here, especially the last ones. So that means 1-0 for Rejects right now. Good start for them, best of 7 by the way. So it means that we need 4 wins for either team to really have won this encounter here. So it can absolutely go anywhere still. Rejects switching to some AM Max M4s, which do have a ton of hit points. 2.8k hit points, or 2850 if I remember correctly, on that AM Max, making it a super heavy effectively, and also some great hull down tank with some decent armor. And also, yeah, really, especially the tungsten shells are what are making this tank outstanding there. Great damage output. A lot more Streetswagens now on Aqua's side. So mobility advantage to Aqua, while Rejects is rather opting for some heavier lineup this time. We can see the hit point difference from the start on here. 2.2k hit points more for Rejects from the very first, 1.2k, sorry, from the very first second. So it will be Aqua having to trade a lot more effectively. This time Rejects is getting towards the C side. Aqua really aggressive on their move into base A with a double 1-1B, not spotting anything, so they are immediately deciding to just not even go for the positions on the far left here in the same way that Rejects did. But this time, or actually it was Rejects on the last game. They're going for a very fast cap here. It won't be possible to take B. VK72 and Mouse here in a little bit of a tricky situation as they're now starting to get crossfire from the side. A lot of guys from Rejects being here in this little road, and they can get crossfire from over there and also through this line if they decided to fall back. Ghosty getting more aggressive, still afraid to do something, but it is possible for Aqua to get a lot more aggressive here on the hills still and have some good positions for shooting down all those guys over there. First 2 shots or 3 shots into the Rejects team already. Aqua with a lot better map control here. Although there are still some guys of Rejects down here. We can see some similarities in the strategy here of Rejects and Aqua on the last game. Although Rejects is over here with so many tanks that they are really struggling, because they cannot move out there without taking any damage. And they are also just not having the best position to counter push the enemies. So it will be the question how Rejects is going to play this here, because currently it is not looking good for them. But also Ghosty is rather isolated, yet the river position over here is mostly one that is not the best one to push into, because you're just giving up on the positional advantage, giving up on the higher ground. And it would mean that all of the Aqua guys could farm from the sides here, and it would take the Rejects guys a lot of time to move up again out of the river. So far we're not really seeing any movements. Rejects down on caps, has to go for something, but it does not really look like they had much of an opportunity here. Only one guy being isolated, but potentially it is about sending the Streetswagens over here towards the 1-1Bs. But that won't be enough. 2 guys against double 1-1B with a backup of some Streetswagens as well. That is going to hurt way too much here. So Rejects has to play this for the other side. They are deciding to move deeper into the enemy spawn. TVP already taking a big shot here by the VK72. Rejects absolutely not doing great on the trades here. Their position is just a bit too aggressive, and now I was seeing some movements here. Yeah, careful move here by Zlobin. Getting more aggressive. Not really daring to go in just yet. But also Scapendago has pulled off his speed boost. Is now moving up. But it does really not look like Rejects was having a great advantage. Although it is a 2v1 over here. That VK has a ton of hit points. Might be able to put out a big shot into Punisher soon. Missing the shot though. As we can see a move on the other side. F in focus, double Streetswagens pushing in. And F down to a few hit points only right now. But also, Scapendago got killed already. And F still getting shielded by OpenJosh. Which means Slobin is also going down here. Very isolated push. Rejects other very heavy tanks here. Trying to kill Ghosty. Still not able to do so. Playmaker will have the kill shot. Or maybe Tourney. There he goes. But that's already 2 guns out of the fight, 3 guns out of the fight on Reject side. Aqua having a good start here as they just lost the 2nd gun only. Aqua down on hit points still. But they are having the mobility advantage and they're still having the caps. Tourney has to make sure that he is somehow getting into A to stop the bait. Otherwise, it is no chance for them anymore, because it will be a cap win for Aqua, that's for sure. Especially the kill of the VK72, the 72, which will be coming soon, is going to really turn it around here. And no one getting into that A cap anymore on time. As Rejects is getting blessed down here. Great focus fire as well. The very healthy IM Max, the only one providing hit points here. Just not able to get into the fight. And that was game number 2 in favor of, or the first game in favor of Aqua here now, as they demonstrated really well how important it is to not start too aggressively on this game, and also go for some map control. They had a lot of tanks still alive here. So 1-to-1, and it can really still go absolutely anywhere. Both of the teams having shown some really high level here already. So it will be quite important also for them to just get these points now, because it will otherwise be a lot trickier in the end. But those are two of the top teams here in this current tournament among APA and also the Crowley team, a new team on the EU server. Rejects has already played one season, and I don't remember the exact placement last season, to be honest, but they got quite far. I think 5th or 6th place, and they just got quite a bit stronger this time. They got some new players as well. I think, yeah, they have a lot more Russian-speaking players now on the team. Mostly those are Ukrainian though. If not all of them. I think quite important to mention. We're switching maps to Mayan ruins. And it looks like both teams are opting to go very heavy here, especially Rejects. Well, look at the amount of hit points on the field. 20,000 hit points almost for Rejects, as they are playing a lot of German super heavies. 6 of them. And an i7. i7 is going to play the medium role. On the other side, Aqua does have a Sheridan, which did not decide to go in to see immediately, rather getting in some spots. Carefully, spotting up a lot of enemies already. But B is being taken. And Coil, with that i7 in a very good position to cap that base, it won't be possible for Aqua to defend that reliably. So it will be cap advantage to Rejects, definitely. Another shot into Coil. But I think he will get away with a B cap. No, he is still getting shot with HEs here by a VK90. VK in a perfect side scraping position. Failing this shot though, so this will be the cap for Rejects. But at the same time, way to success managed to get base C. So those decaps were indeed enough to make sure that Aqua was having the cap lead. And this i7 is still in a very trapped position there. Of course, base A is possible to take, but there are a couple of tanks here on Aqua's side lined up to defend that. Playmaker taking a first big hit here by that 60 TP, 456. And we can see a movement here. Bobby Fischer moving in, taking 1k damage on the crossing, and I don't think Rejects does have the best chances of pushing in here. They are not having a great advantage. Aqua immediately rotating to the side here to cover the Mouses, or to cover their tanks on the push of the Mouses, while there are still some more guys to the sides, able to crossfire if needed. But C is being taken by the VK72 over here. And Doofenjaj just lost almost all the hit points. Now down to a definite one-shot for everything here. Nagibator deciding to move up, not taking the base. Luftpujaj sneakily getting right behind him again, potentially. Filing a shot though, but it is about to push over here right now. First Mouse got killed. As the push is starting, Aqua going in here. Tunica were in focus fire as the VKs are moving in from behind. 2-gun advantage. And also Coil is low on hit points. As the first 6 TP gets killed here, General going out of the fight. Coil also getting killed now. That was the IS-7 on B. Slovene in focus fire by KV and Elephant F. With a double tap, they should be able to get the kill here. 700 damage by up into that VK. And the push is going on here on this side into Playmaker and Punisher, who is still quite healthy. But at this point, it is already in that Aqua team having so many more guns on the field that Rejects does not stand a chance anymore. VKs being very fit from the start on, having lots of hit points, but not having the mobility and easily getting countered here. Also, the hit point advantage just melted away as the push was starting on Reject side without really having a good chance of moving forwards there, as they only had 2 times more on that side, but not really the best targets to push onto. Or they had 1 tank more on that side only. And most of the tanks were committed to the A-cap, where they could not really push forwards without taking a ton of damage. So Aqua winning game number 2. Well, this means we are still on Mayan Ruins now, switching the spawns. Going to see some different lineups this time. Aqua again going a bit more mobile with some 1-1 B. Rejects raiding up with a Badger. 2, no, just 1. Yep. 4 AMX M4s. For Rejects, 1 AMX 50B, the tank that is about to get buffed on the very next update. It is rarely ever seen in tournaments at the moment. Does have rather poor DPM, but good penetration values, and also a good clipping potential of 1.5k damage. So that's got to be mentioned there. It is still a Badger here for Rejects. Double Streetswagen as well. That's an interesting lineup. Aqua going for a ton of Streetswagens, double 1-1B and an AMX M4. So clear mobility advantage for Aqua. Elephant F unreadied again, maybe switching. Nope, sticking to the tank. Which means it is very likely that Aqua will play for that C side. And is not going to have a lot of capped points. They cannot really defend base A nor base B with this lineup. That is clear from the start on. But Rejects also not necessarily having any tanks to get into B. So they are also playing with a cap point disadvantage, unless if they are playing for the C side as well, which might also happen. Nope. They're not going far to the left side, rather playing B at the middle. Elephant F just having the first shot, both Streetswagens jumping into B immediately here. But there is a second Streetswagen on side of Aqua. Now focusing down Scorpion Drago. What a quick kill here. Half a minute into the game. That's the first kill already. But also Aqua now has 2 Streetswagens in the middle of the game. F trying to run away, having that AMX to his side, who might be able to get the kill. Takes another shot for that. Has to really aim in. Does get the kill shot in. So guns being even again. As the AMX M4s are pushing forwards here. Aqua immediately rotating back, making use of their mobility, counter pushing onto the AMX M4s here. Hit points slightly in favor of Rejects right now. But Peter Platypus, the 1-1B, down to 1 shot already, which is quite important because he is the medium tank, cannot afford to really get killed here. Gets killed by Playmaker. Good job here. 1-1B just being a bit too slow to move out there anymore. Coil also down on hit points. Might not connect the last shot. But also Bobby Fischer is down on hit points. Gun advantage to Rejects. By 1 tank right now. Ghosty also down to 1 shot. Guns even. Hit points also very even actually. But still, it is only 2 healthy tanks here on Aqua's side. The Streetswagen with his DPM is now pushing into Playmaker, trying to shoot him down. But Playmaker is still getting the kill of Ghosty on the other side. Good job by him again, taking that second medium tank out of the fight. As Reject does have the Clipper tank right next to that AMX M4, which also just got killed here. Which means that only General on his Streetswagen is left alive. Not going to have many chances anymore against 3 tanks here. Just trying to kill Playmaker still, but the AMX is soon to be reloaded. And the Badger, of course, still having massive amount of DPM and armor hit points as well. Interesting gameplay here on this one. Oh wow, okay. Scorpion Drago not having a great time. Even able to shoot 3 times, he missed the first shot on the move. But he got killed so quickly. That's been 30-35 seconds, or not even. Really aggressive gameplay on both sides here. Both having the same thing in mind of just pushing the B cap immediately. The Streetwagen not the best tank to get in there. But still, just judging by the lineup, Rejects was estimating the enemies to go for C rather, I guess. Dare to go for it. I believe if there were some VK90 or Maus or whatever, some big heavy tanks, they would have not done this move in that way. So that's what I expect what happened here. Without knowing it for sure, of course. If they would have gone for it at all times. And we are going to switch to New Bay. So very even score here, 2-2 right now. And also, yeah, teams are both showing some really good gameplay. Both just really not being far behind each other. Oh man, and it's not only them in a tournament. There are also APA still in Crowley, although I think APA is still on the same level. Crowley, they were really good, and they were really surprising me, but I don't know if they already have the level to compete with those kind of teams here. Next game will be New Bay now. And we are seeing a lot of AMX M4s again for that, of both teams actually. Both teams going for a double M4. One Badger again on Reject side. Also a ton of Streetswagens. And both teams are rather heading towards the city. Aqua on the worst spawn here. Not really able to get a B from the start on without any risk. Also not going for any caps here apart from A, which is about to be taken. Badger going to camp down here in the corner. Will be very hard to take out. And if Aqua is pushing into that Badger, well, they're going to take a beating there with a DPM of Badger. And Streetswagen as well. Both just staying unspotted and hiding. Aqua will only get spotted if they are crossing this road here. As the AMX M4s are there. So Aqua is forced to do some move now. And they are slowly moving forwards. There was a shot. Double tap here into the AMX. Who was not paying attention, still looking to the other side. That's already a good start for Aqua here now. This will open the chances, or open the possibility of a push. Although they are still not in the greatest position to push in here. Rejects has a lot of tanks here. But Aqua, sooner or later, will also get into base B then, as most of Reject's team are now focused on the rear. Aqua rather pulling back. Not wanting to push forwards. They know there are at least double AMX M4s, and they know that they got spotted. Despite this M4 there being a low hit point tank now, or rather low, still 1.7k hit points. Peter getting slightly more aggressive. Badger now spotted. Badger will be almost impossible to penetrate. There's just some HE damage of 16 damage. He is perfectly hull down. And the Streetswagens don't have the DPM or the penetration to get through the top here, through the superstructure of that top armor of that Badger. Aqua able to put out a nice shot over here and over there. So actually they are just regaining the hit point disadvantage still. Rejects has 1.2k hit points or 1.3k hit points less than Aqua on the field right now. Partially due to the fact that they are also playing with a Badger. So Rejects currently very passive here. Lined up in positions to go anywhere. The Streetswagens can quickly rotate wherever they want to. But Slobin is a little bit isolated, yet he's still spotting that B area. And there's still the mobility to run away if needed. Reject Streetswagens getting back here. On the other side we're also seeing Scorpion Jago moving into A potentially, which might turn things around quite a bit. Although Rejects does have the cap advantage, they can't be too sure to keep it. So Scorpion Jago, still very, very careful here, might soon drop into base A. So far they still know about some tanks being on top here. With Punjaj taking a bit of HE damage. And then Badger just being indestructible over there. Also Peter taking a little shot by the Streetswagen. Very, very patient gameplay right now. Not much happening. And Aqua kind of desperate. They don't know that they can really not push too successfully into the enemy spawn. Pushing into B might lead to... Yeah, now comes B. No damage being lost on the crossing, but also A immediately being capped here by Scorpion Jago. Which means that Aqua has not gained anything from this cap. They have isolated one tank, which is kind of trapped here now. Losing some damage as well, getting tracked. Maybe Slobin has another shot. Nope, not being there on time. And Aqua is desperate for not having any chances. But now they're going in here. We can see the speed boosts. They're moving forwards. Badger not in a bad position anymore. Showing its rear to the Streetswagens. Way to success, pushing in now, getting behind that Badger. Will be successful on the kill here, won't take him long. Badger in not the greatest position here, getting shot down, but also on the other side, Ghosty got killed. Push onto the B cap here by Rejects. Also, Corbin is now in focus fire, still having a lot of hit points though. So this is going to take a while. But double caps for Rejects still. Aqua has to do something about the caps. A is back on the side of Aqua now as they're moving in, but they will also be able to take base C again. Which is going to be way too successful is doing this. As Rejects are still busy focusing down at VK, who's still not dead. Might be able to put out the last shot. Nope, he is not. But still, 900 points for Rejects right now. Caps being lost though. Aqua doing a phenomenal job of getting back the bases here. Have now stopped all three bases. Getting back the B cap, but also B is getting counter pushed immediately by the Streetswagen here. VK getting killed. Guns. Even. Hit points. Slightly in favor of Rejects now. And it is Aqua having to go for the push. Because of the points. They're trying to get into that base. Trying to stop the caps. But they are getting blocked from doing so. But Tourney is about to get killed. Still able to take out General. And that's a cap win here for Rejects. Now, okay. Oh, what a close game. It was a really tricky one. Yeah. Look at this damage, 5.6k here by Playmaker. Basically getting an ace. Oh dear. Okay. Game number 5 was a win to Rejects as well. A maximum of 2 games possible still. We're going to see New Bay once more. And this time it is Aqua on the better spawn. Meaning they can get the cap advantage from the start on. B is always a little bit exposed, as you could see there. Because once pushing into the B area, you can easily get shot down from those guys in the park. And also, you cannot get out of B safely anymore. That is basically impossible if the enemies are not sleeping. So B always a big problem. Often just we are seeing some tanks being right behind B, trying to defend the base without really moving in. While it is rather an A-sided gameplay than for the bridges on the side of the team, which is playing on the B cap spawn basically. Rejects again going for a mouse on this game. Triple AMX M4 and triple Streetwagen. Aqua, triple Streetwagen 1i7, double AMX M4 and a Super Conqueror. So we are ending up on 19k hit points for Rejects from the start on and 18.4 for Aqua. Aqua getting the cap lead. B uncontested. Bridge gameplay here on Reject side, which is not totally unexpected. Bobby pushing down, try to get behind this bridge here, not having any time to focus out. Let's see if Aqua is doing the same mistake of looking into the wrong direction for too long. Nope, just turning on time before Rejects AMXs are in position. We've seen this strategy being played by EG in the past. Ghosty now just hiding here behind the house, waiting for anyone to drop into B, overlooking the middle as well. But Rejects getting really aggressive here in the enemy spawn. No shots being traded yet. This means that Aqua is in a rather small part of the map. But Rejects already relocating. The mouse will sooner or later get a bit more aggressive over here on a B area and either trigger a counter push onto the mouse or have some good opportunity of shooting or capping base B and then getting behind the enemies. A is still taking a little bit late though, but the positions are still good on Reject's side. They are close together. Cannot get pushed too easily here. But also B is being taken by Ghosty. Tourney cannot do anything about this. He's just rather staying unspotted for now. There's still a plan with him. He will still go for B later on. As soon as the Streetwagen is back behind there. Or maybe the Streetwagen is also covering from the side. Actually, Rejects is rather Falling back with all the Sitzwagens here. Still leaving the AMX M4s right there in those high down positions. First damage lost here by Open Josh and also Coil. Still rejects really hit point advantage with caps on side of Aqua. But now Aqua has to secure 2 caps simultaneously, or 2 sides. For one, the spawn here in the back, but also they have to make sure that B is not being taken uncontested. Mouse is advancing. The Steelswagen still staying unspotted here. Those tanks are not good for being in the open. They want to be able to push in somewhere and put out their DPM, use their mobility for good pushes. Oh, Gauzy being crossfired as the Mouse is perma-spotting him here, or proxy-spotting. And Tony Cabois in the cap, but the base is getting stopped here. As Gauzy is trying to just also stop the base, getting into the side, but now the Sitzwagens are coming in. Great crossfire here, again advantage. Aqua immediately counter-pushing the other side. Pushing onto those AMX M4s, Coil in focus fire, getting blocked there by KB as well, going down. But points now on side of Rejects, and also the AMX M4 here is in total isolation, getting focused heavily, not surviving much longer. There he goes, gun advantage to Aqua. Rejects still moving up right behind here, but has to be careful. They have to get back, otherwise they're going to be the next ones to die here. Playmaker in focus fire, still getting around that corner now, but Scorpion Jugger also still about to lose a ton of hit points here. D is still down to 2 shot now, or 3 shots, as Aqua is counter pushing again. Aqua lower on hit points still, but also Aqua has lost all the caps on side of Rejects right now, and also the hit points still on side of Rejects, looking good for them. Tunikawa down to 1 shot. Kills now in favor of Rejects. Even again, but Corbin here down as well, which only means that only Peter is left alive here. Still trying to ram Slobin, tracking himself by that. And he is not having any chance anymore. Still putting out some shots. Okay, Rejects winning this one as well. Although there is still Open Josh, of course. That's 1 shot in the back. Also getting killed now. Triple caps and all the bases taken here on side of Rejects. A very, very careful gameplay on both sides on the last few games. Rejects could not really do too much, neither could Aqua. As soon as they had some option finding Ghosty in an isolated position. And so far I do barely remember any games where that IS-7 was actually that isolated at that position. So yeah, in case you did not notice here, Rejects has won the 4th game, meaning that Rejects is through. Well, it's just the first battle here, so it does not really say too much. But there was already some great show here for the first game of the pro season. All right. Okay. There was some really interesting gameplay, really careful stuff, and we've seen EG play the strategy of Aqua quite a few times, and they were a lot more successful. And I think main difference was that they were having some tanks still in the road to cover that IS-7 from the side. They had some 60TPs there, or triple 60TP, I believe, while Rejects this time was able to get aggressive in the same spot which was meant to support the IS-7 at this time. The IS-7 got shot down from the same position there. So that was game number 1. On the next one we're going to see EG versus Rejects. EG also definitely capable of a lot of stuff. They have won a lot of seasons already. Only in the last 2 they just let down quite a bit. But they got some new players now from Serenity and also some other players from, I don't know, G game, I believe. I'm not sure where they're coming from. Some Russian or Ukrainian people there, players on the team. And of course, AG always excelled with some great individual skill. I think I would have said they were on an even equal level to Rejects also before, but I cannot say so too much anymore because I don't know, they were just messing up a few games and they were not really that confident in getting to the top 8 anymore. But we will see. I think this will be also some very close stuff then against Rejects. Let me have a quick look when the games are starting. And this one definitely took quite long, so we can expect the next one to not be too much later. Okay, we do have a bit of a break actually, 15 minutes. Okay. So I will just play a few random games until then, I would say. Just to promote what I'm usually doing here on the stream. What am I going to play? I'm usually a touch player, so I'm still playing on PC now. I hope this will work out. Yeah, and good evening to everyone who just watches right now. Great to have you all here. Quite a lot of people joined in still. Well, yeah. I'm glad that you're here, and if you didn't know, I'm usually streaming on Twitch only. Right now I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. I don't really know where there is more action on a chat. Team is doing stuff. Like this, I don't want to go for the mat side, although it would be nice. Nah, I'm not going to do this alone. Let's see. Ah, okay. So yeah, if you are just watching on YouTube right now, be sure to also leave a follow on Twitch as well, which is my main streaming platform. And on YouTube there will still be a lot of guides and reviews. No, more guides and reviews. That's more what I'm into. Already have a few. Much more to come still. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, should be fine. Oh my gosh. Ah.
We've damaged them.
Right.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
That should also coming. Ah. Oh, Hyro, please.
Enemy
Nice.
armor destroyed. Penetration.
Okay, that was a rather uncommon game, really. But yeah, better to stick to the team than trying something on the map side on my own. Get the raid for Tourney.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor
Oh, nice.
destroyed.
Yeah, top 4 is for sure. Someone saying there about rejects. I would also say so. But honestly, it will be quite close. Although, that's already a good way to start into the tournament by winning against Aqua, which is also one of the favorites for getting into the top 4 and into the finals. But also, Crowley did a really good job before. They won against who was it? Against EG. And strong by EG also in a good position to get into the top 4. So that's already 4 or 5 teams. 1 second. I'm quickly getting some water. Nope.
Let's go.
Okay, team's coming. Let's just put over here then. Oh, I hope he's not going to YOLO me.
Enemy armor is hit.
Nice roll of 500 for the start. He's pushing through. Let's try to spot still. I don't know what is behind. Crit armor ranked him. Next push.
We've damaged them.
No, why? Oh, that was the engine deck. Ah, that wasted my adrenaline. Okay.
Crack hit.
No.
Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
Good, he's dead. Just checking the minimap right now. Enemies are on the other side of the map. Let's just move on, get behind them, or even into the middle. I think that would be my best chance of not risking too much for putting out some damage.
Enemy armor is damaged. Got him.
No, don't go for me. Oof.
Enemy armor is hit.
Oh, nice. Game's won. Run! Ah, nice.
We're stuck here. We fixed the track. Get going.
Okay. The TVP was doing a great job. Yeah, by the way, if you're struggling with this map still, I actually just released a map guide where I'm really getting into detail about all the positions and so on, all that you have to know about Dynasty's Pearl. I'm having a few of them already, more to come still on YouTube. Those are really for those people who really want to know the exact best positions to start the maps on, and also the best pushes then for winning games. Enemies have Progetto, TPP. Ah. No TPP inside. Oh, this might be problematic a little bit. Ah, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. Well, it did not matter too much. Let's go. Don't think he has a full clip still. Should have been his last shot. Should Sheridan maybe? Oh, okay. Kranwagen looking for me. I should be unspotted. Ah. Might have a shot into Gorilla there. Oh, nice on Sportliner. Now I'm staying for one more onto the FV. Also no Sportliner. But I'm slightly worried about that TVP. He might kill me in a clip. So let's stay on the high ground. Nice. Now he cannot kill me anymore. Still hurts.
Gotcha. Enemy armor is damaged.
What? I'm spotted?
This vehicle has had it.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought I would maybe remain unspotted and was actually surprised Kranwagen did not spot me, but apparently I was still spotted. Sad. We should win though. Although you never know, but at least we've got the caps. Man, only yesterday I had a game where I had 3 guys against 1 on this map. The enemy was just 500 hit points. Progetto was running around the map, he was not having any caps. Teammates just 1 died and the other 2 just bounced the Progetto or missed the Progetto of 10 meters 5 times or so. It was awful to see. And in the end then the Progetto just moved into some cap and won the game. My teammates had all the time in the world. Could have easily taken just one base and would have won. Okay. Next game should be starting in just 5 minutes. So I'm not going to play another game now. Was that the room invite already? No. EG versus Reject is next. Okay, I cannot show you the room invite, the room just yet, because I'm having 3 minutes of delay only, and the room is starting 5 minutes before. We want to avoid anyone just knowing the enemy lineups. So, just give it a second. They all renamed. I have no clue who is who now. I mean, Winchester, Winchelate, Winch, that's for sure. Carol, cool. Yeah, Alpha, White One's Helper. Oh, where you cannot see that yet. Well, okay, I'm going to just struggle a little bit with saying those names. Peril, Bigwop, Balfa, Winchester, Bamanta, Bariana. At least Reject still has pronounceable names. Okay, now I can show you the room. Let's reset the score still. We're starting on Vineyards. And EG is playing an FE42, the only team to have played that tank in the last seasons. You could just see on my games here why it is actually still a strong tank. But usually it is just not being played in tournaments because it doesn't have the best spotting range, it doesn't have the best mobility compared to some light tanks. 121B is mostly the preferred tank because of the extra mobility on a special speed boost that it has nowadays, also reactive armor as well. So EG is completely ready. Rejects not just yet. EG playing with an FE42 121B. Which spawn are they on? They are south spawn. So south spawn usually getting the cap advantage unless if they decide to go for some aggressive A-sided strategy. They also have a Sheridan on their lineup. Interesting tank choices there. On top of that, double Streetswagen, Super Conqueror, IS-7. Rejects on the other side, going double TVP, triple Streetswagen, double layer Max M4. Also mobile, able to really punch some holes into the enemies, especially with the Streetswagen, with the TVP, that's what I wanted to say. if they manage to get to some flank and just clip out someone, that is nasty. On the other side, it might be some aggressive gameplay from the start on. So if the TVPs and Sheridan FE42 or so meet in the right place, we might see some very, very fast kills. So game starting in 30 seconds. Ready up. And enjoy the show. This might also be some game we could see later on in the tournament still. Just as the previous one is not too unlikely to be a final game then.
Move out.
And we are seeing EG moving towards A. Not totally unexpected. Getting into the ruins here. TVP is going for some careful start. Hiding behind the houses, not overextending, not even spotting anything. They are just completely letting A in the open here. Waiting for the enemies to move in, but also M4 is pushing in towards B here already. About to get crossfired. I don't see the point of this move just yet, except for the Sheridan taking a beating, which is of course nice, but now the AMX M4s here are in a really tricky situation, getting shot from the side there by the 121B and FE42, and I cannot really say if it is worth it. But also Pico here lost a lot of hit points right there. The TVPs moved up from the side, shot down that Super Conqueror as Rejects moved in aggressively onto that B cap. But the AMX M4 just got killed by some fire. And the TVPs trying to get base A, but they are still having the mediums right to the front. Nagibauto's still trying to go for it. He does not really care about his hit points. He's going for the focus fire instead, although he is also about to get killed quite soon. Pico in focus fire over here. And the Streetswagen, Sheridan, not going to survive long anymore. Scorpion Drago does get a good shot in, not able to finish him off. The Sheridan now getting killed. I7 maybe in focus. Yeah, it is the I7, not the Streetswagen behind. Did he disconnect? Oh, yeah. Disconnect there on that Streetswagen. It is a gun advantage to Rejects right now. Especially with a low HP Streetswagen. Now he woke up again. Just on time to put out some shots into that TVP. Putting in some good HE into the back. Which definitely helped here to kill that TVP. But it is not enough for AG. They still suffered way too much on this push. Really aggressive gameplay here by Rejects from the start on. And just getting into some interesting positions here with that push of the AMX M4s right onto that B hill here. Allowing the enemies to crossfire. And still winning the game just by focus firing and not just farming damage. Although they lost some tanks for that. Also, we could see how that TVP really insisted on putting out shots into the enemies there. One AMX even ended up on 0 damage. Was it really the best move ever? Hard to say, really. It seemed a little bit out of place. But was it really the move that made the Sheridan run? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, if I'm honest with you. But okay, it worked out. Although, also, EG had an AFK here. Which was unlucky for them. And potentially had an impact on the outcome of the game. And now it is the same map once more. This time Rejects is flying from the south spawn. Only one TVP for them. This one Vickers just unreadied. We will see. On side of EG, we are having TVP now as well, T100 LT, and again some Streetswagen, Power, Super Conqueror, Kranwagen as well, and an IS-7. So that might, well, that looks like rather, I don't know, something similar. Wait, they're on the other spawn now. Might, yeah, we will see. Might go anywhere, to be honest. Might be a passive play style or something going for the ruins and the middle area. That's likely what the Kranwagen is being played for. Let's go up, and we are seeing TVP moving to the side here to potentially have some shots onto base A. Does move forward deep down into the corner here for maximum crossfiring options. Vickers spotting aggressively. But A is not being capped, so he's not deciding to go for it anymore, because he doesn't have anything to decap there. Plan with the TVP and Vickers was certainly to decap base A, but that won't work out here. A lot of heavies here in holding positions on EG's side. Oh, Vickers got tracked without taking any damage, and lucky. C is being taken by Pariana Pranda. TVP there for backup. Kranwagen in the middle, just carefully playing the middle area though, not really overcommitting. But the reject is going for a push here. Streetswagen's pushing in, having pinchers in focus fire. Super Conqueror taking a lot of shots already, not going to survive much longer. There he goes already. That's the first kill for rejects. Really aggressive gameplay here suddenly. And now it is the next one in focus, which is Peril here in the front. But also the double Streetswagen here on E-Reject side moved up, focusing down Scorpion Jago from behind. But Peril is not going to last too much longer, has a lot of guns to his side. The Kranwagen also moving up now with a full clip. Maybe, no, he is rather stopping that Vickers from moving forward. But the Rejects team still has a few tanks to focus out here, with Pago being the next one to get killed. Now Pelfa also being alone here in the front, alone in front of the TVP with a full clip, getting killed there as well. Gun advantage by 4 tanks, 4 rejects here, really good push by them. Also Pico is about to get killed, although it might also cost Coil's life with that T100 jumping in from behind. Yeah, that's a first kill for EG, as Rejects just absolutely steamrolled them here. TVP now has a clip. There goes the last one on EG's side. Ooh, Rejects really showing EG how it's done, not giving them any chance here. Quick collection of information and spots, and as soon as Rejects knew, okay, EG is having some passive tanks there to defend base A while also being committed to C. I guess also the Kranwagen was spotted, so there must have been at least 2 tanks on the C side, which led to Rejects really pushing in super aggressively with absolutely everything they had. Yeah, so far, Rejects just showing some interesting stuff here. AG is being, they are looking slow as hell compared to the aggression that Rejects is showcasing here. But we will see if that much aggression is not too much, because quite often it also leads into some bad positions. Yet Rejects seems to be careful about their moves and not really pushing in anywhere where it is too risky for them. So that is definitely some really calculated aggression here. Not just YOLOing without having anything else in mind, but just doing the tactic from the start on. We're switching maps, by the way. Now we're now on Black Goldville. With the EG team having double FB42, Super Conqueror, double I7, double Streetswagen, full heavy lineup, and no spotters for them. FB42, FB215B also rather uncommon. On side of rejects, we're having again some TVPs. And apart from that, some Streetswagens, of course. What else? Also Concept 1B.
Time to roll out.
Speed boost being used right at the start here. Looks like EG is intending to get some very aggressive positions in the corner here in that cave. I'm going to go for A, but they are double TVPs overlooking base A. But EG is not getting spotted just yet. Now first one spotted. TVPs getting a bit more aggressive, not really moving just yet. Let's see what the move will be. TVPs now with the speed boost. Soon the IS-7 will also be spotted, and I think it will be right about... No, the TVPs can just get to the side here and clip out the FVs. Putting out a clip here. Look at that. TVPs just being so nasty right now, but also Bobby lost a lot of hit points on this move. But there is a huge hit point advantage over here now. So rejects can afford to get more aggressive, although they're not having that many tanks over there. And also the TVP just getting killed here. The IS-7s pushing through, ignoring the heavy to the front, focusing out the TVP. Absolutely important for them here. As we're also seeing the push into the corner here. Zlobin also getting killed. Gun still in favor of rejects, but Tourney is low on hit points as well. As the push is going on, it's hard to call where is the focus fire here. Tourney is still surviving right now, not long anymore. But also Punisher getting killed here on the very next shot. Still able to take out Panther. Now Punisher is getting killed. 3v3. Hit points in favor of rejects. But rejects is having a one-shot on the field as well. But the TVP with a lot of hit points still might really change around things quite quickly, as he can just hide whenever he is not having a clip reloaded. Scorpion Jago getting killed over there. Playmaker in bad focus fire getting killed as well. TVP now alone against 3. He can still win this potentially. Unlikely. He had to kill this IS-7 there, and now it's unwinnable, as the enemies were way too close for this. A very first win on the side of EG. The TVPs maybe overcommitting a little bit on A there, with Bobby getting killed quite quickly. I mean, it was certainly a good idea to get into this position to crossfire the corner, but there still was a good tank disadvantage. After the TVPs put out their clips, there were still only 3 tanks against 4 or so, or even 5. I think it's been 3v5 in the corner, in the caves there, and the TVPs were not able to really focus fire too well. They put out some clipping damage into the FE215B, but that was not the low hit point one. So focus fire was just not on point and not really allowing rejects to push forwards in that corner there. But that means we are having 1 to 2 right now. IROP asking about premium collector tanks in tournaments. Well, it is is true. At the moment, there are lots of premium tanks being used, especially just look at this lineup here right now. It's full premium / collector tanks. Yeah, it's not been that way in the past. The Streetswagen just really being super strong right now. Also, if you remember that great rebalancing a couple of patches ago, where yeah, everything got changed. The AMXs got buffed, or many premium tanks got buffed, while Tech Tree tanks did not really get buffed that much. It's not necessarily the best meta in that regard, but still, I think, yeah, we can see other teams having these premium tanks anyways. And that's also for sure. Whenever a new tank is coming out, all the top teams are getting that new tank, trying to keep up with the meta and experiment with it. Well, let's focus on the next game here. Both teams surprisingly heading towards base C. Scorpion Drago being spotted. Might take some shots, and yes, he does. 800 damage, also getting tracked there. Takes another few shots. Also, Nagibato right behind, taking another shot as well. It's a great start for EG, just going for the shootout and not committing to the corner too aggressively. Meaning that EG does have about 2k hit points more than Rejects right now, and they have the better positions. Yes, they are on a cap disadvantage. Rejects will surely rotate out of there again. I imagine that they do not really want to stay. They still have to cover base B. And also A is of course getting capped, not really changing much. But EG might keep pushing into that enemy spawn, or even just push for C. Will be the question what they are going to do now. I think EG might actually opt for pushing forwards here. Or are they going to play for the C cap? It's tricky to push in here. And surprisingly, Rejects is not really relocating. Quite often we're immediately after taking the bases seeing a push back to the spawn. But Rejects does have a comfortable cap point advantage. So it will be about EG really having to make a move and not just getting one kill or so. Currently no spots available to any of the teams. Pinchester getting spotted here. B is still somewhat covered by Bobby. He won't necessarily be able to defend that for too long. Not a lot of movement here, which is really uncommon. Mousy teams are really relocating quite a lot, but the hit point or the cap point difference is quite big, and so is the hit point difference. So the Rejects does have the points, and they cannot really afford to misplay here and cannot really push in anymore. So they are rather playing a safe game, waiting for that EG team to push into that lane, because you can see it. If EG goes in here for that C cap, there are so many tanks set up to punish that. So it will cost EG a lot of hit points, and it will cost them their hit point advantage most likely as well. Bobby also getting crossfired. Takes another shot here, not good for him. Rejects really not trading too well. Now down to 3k hit points already. Playmaker, a potential weak spot. Quite aggressive here in the front. It does have some backups though. You can see that triangle here. How Bobby, Coil and Playmaker are all supporting each other, or rather Bobby and Coil supporting Playmaker. Maybe Playmaker is later on going for a move on to A. Some movement here by EG. Increasing the pressure now in the B cap. which is not defended anymore. EG also moving up towards base A, having the spot of playmaker there. Cap advantage now for EG, quite soon at least, because they're having double caps. Playmaker taking more damage than he should. Also Bobby is taking some damage here. Rejects now getting into base A, but they're having a lot of tanks right to the front. And they're still quite splitted, but they're having 60 TP here. Parallel in focus 5, 1-1B about to take back base B. Also over here we are seeing a push. No kills just yet. But it won't take too much longer until we are seeing Playmaker getting killed by the T100 LT or someone else. Caps now in favor of Rejects again. They also managed to kill one, lost two. Having Pulsar in focus fire, but he is still having a lot of hit points and also able to kill Bobby. As he's going in there, will have the next shot, takes a kill, also about to get killed by Tourney on the next one. But Tourney also down to one shot now. They are just, it is a point one actually for Rejects in the last seconds, and they would have had no choice, no chance anymore if it was not due to the points in the very end here. Try push onto the B cap, still a very good play and very careful considered play there. Just, yeah. EJ maybe just misplaying a little bit by leaving that 160 TP in an aggressive position to overlook base B, which eventually led to Reject still having the point advantage. If that 160 TP was not there anymore, then Rejects would have struggled a lot more to get the kill, or to get any kills, and it would have really been a lot more problematic with their lack of hit points. Actually, I'm having score in the wrong position. 3-1. Rejects only one win away from deciding this encounter for themselves. And we are switching to Middleburg now. Might potentially be the last one, or the... It is... Wait, it's not necessarily the last one. If EG is winning too. EG was close to winning the last one. Very, very close. And I think Rejects really went a bit too aggressive there on the A side while still having so many tanks on the other side. Maybe it was a bait, but it was really a risky move there. This time it will be Middleburg here, and Rejects is going for a city-sided play, it seems. Taking Mouse in double pack and a VK72. Double VK72, double DVP as well.
Up and at 'em, lads.
No, the score is not correct now. It was right, but in the room it was not right. Yep. Let's change that. And focus on the game. Rejects getting aggressive once more, sending TVPs aggressively into that C cap. Together with a 1-1B. Taking one shot. And getting out of there again. Quick cap for them. Having three mediums. Oh, max roll here into the 1-1B. Or potentially an HE. Was it really worth it to go for this move? Because EG is having a really easy time getting the cap back with no one of the Rejects team defending the base there. Maybe it was Rejects just expecting a city-sided play here by EG. But the mediums already lost quite a lot of hit points. B got taken though. Winchester having some shots into the mouse and VK. It was not able to defend base B, and also A is now being taken, so double cap pressure against EG. They will have to push in, but they're also having pretty good option of pushing in here with a VK and mouse being trapped. EG can potentially just get right behind here with a few tanks, some other tanks right to the front. A VK mouse would be dead in no time. That is not unlikely to be a play for later on. But so far EG is still having a look and trying to find out their options here. But yeah, we can see the move here. With Pimenta and Pico going in. Shooting into the rear of Scorpion Jago. Rejects cannot really take the best holding positions here and will really struggle to counter push. Double Streetswagen and IS-4 here in really good holding spots on that hill. Hull down there. Will be almost impossible to push them out. So Rejects can barely do anything. Also, Pinchester over there is in a hull down spot. Well hidden. Is there maybe any chance of pushing in over here? EG is still covering each other quite well here. And Rejects is really struggling to push in. Peril though in focus fire. Super Conqueror from behind supporting a little bit, but Peril is about to get killed. That's for sure. But the 1-1B taking 500 damage by Super Conqueror. A little bit too much for him. Being low on hit points as the TVP also got killed in the back. This one's going for EG. That is quite sure already. Pimenta still staying alive here. EG getting back that A cap. Still able to keep some tanks alive over here at least. Pico is still alive. But Rejects is on 920 points already. They also got a few kills. And the TVP might still get into base C now. So if that's happening... Yes, EG is still getting a kill here. But it will still be very close. If the TVP manages to get base C... Might be enough for him then. But Rejects has to stay alive for long enough. No, it is EG with a point advantage. There has to be a kill here of Pico, but it is the bounce by Scorpion Jago off the turret, off that Super Conqueror. EG on 970 points, 975 points. Pico getting the kill shot of Scorpion Jago as well. Point win for EG. Ay. That start on Reject's side, debatable. Not necessarily the best way to start here. Maybe they did not expect the enemies to be there that quickly, or... yeah. In fact, EG was playing full heavy, but of course one of the heavy tanks would spawn on the high ground. It was an IS-4 though, which does not have the best mobility. So we're having 3-2 right now. And why is the score in the wrong place? Why are the teams in the garage are in the opposite sides compared to in-game? And this is a problem. Because like this, the score is not correct. You've got to think about it the other way around. Was this the case for the other games as well? I don't know. I'm perplexed right now. I will have to check again whether this is just for every game like that, or if it was only for this one, for whatever reason. Because I thought it would be set up correctly. Otherwise, I'll still have to fix it for tomorrow's stream then. Will not be a huge issue. Okay, next Middleburg game. And this time we are seeing some more mobile lineup, a bit more standard. Not the heavy spam here on reject side this time. Oh, no super heavies at least.
Let's go.
Very even amount of hit points from the start on. Rejects flying quintuple Streetswagen, double AMX M4, no mediums or light tanks. EG applying full heavy as well, but they are applying triple Super Conqueror, double Streetswagen, double IS4. They're having a lot more armor on the field, that's for sure. But also, they're having less DPM and less mobility than rejects. But this map is usually not too much about the mobility. It is rather about flying safely, outstriding the enemies a little bit maybe, and then going for some good pushes. In tournaments, it is just not about really outstriding mostly, but rather pushes. But on this map, enemy teams are very close to another, but some good shots here into the Super Conqueror and IS-4 as well. Both of those tanks really hard to penetrate. Now Tourney is taking first bit of damage. And also Bobby Fischer over here. Also Playmaker gets to base B at the same time. As EG dared to go into base C, they did not get punished too much for it. So it is kind of fine for them. But Rejects does have an option of pushing onto the IS-4s here, but they are still well covered. And it is still too early. EG there, going for a move back to their spawn. Sending Pego and Pimantha down towards base A. Playmaker running away already. He does not want to stay there for too long. Does move away already, but Rejects, nope, not getting crossfire here. It looked for a moment like they were pushing down here and just taking a beating. But Playmaker losing a lot of hit points. Not really in the best position, I've got to say. He's not going to survive for too much longer, but also the other tanks are helping out with him here, pushing onto Pinchester. Punisher now pushing in from behind as well, putting in some nice HE into Pinchester, having the kill quite soon. Main focus is on the other side here with Palfa in focus fire. Tourney also in the middle of a lot of tanks, still having a lot of hit points though. Might be able to take out Palfa with him. It is actually Slobin getting the kill shot here. And it is Tourney still able to run away. Pimantha in bad focus fire in the middle of a lot of tanks. 3v3, 2v3 right now. Rejects having the gun advantage. Still having a few more hit points only, but they are having done more on the field, which is absolutely crucial. Here Pego in focus fire, getting pushed now by Nagibato and Slobin. There he goes. That's the win for Rejects here, as they are able to pick up the last kill in just a moment. Carol full life still, but not having any TPM, not having the mobility, and also not having caps. About to die in a very short amount of time. It was a risky call here for Rejects to push in from the side. They did not have a huge gun advantage, because they only had 6 tanks up on the high ground versus 6 tanks. Although there was one Super Conqueror on side of EG just a bit further behind. Still been farming 6.3k damage. Good job. Oh wow. Very aggressive gameplay here. Rejects still showing again that they are really good with that kind of aggression. Really great pushes. Absolutely top level gameplay here. Yeah, I would say Rejects Ooh. It will be the question how they're going to perform against APA. APA, though, also not as fast as the Rejects team, that I can tell. They are also often getting quite aggressive, but I've not seen them being that fast. API won the last season, and it is more about whether Rejects is not overcommitting too much with their pushes, because if they are YOLOing in like that, they might get themselves into bad positions. But so far on these games today, they were doing a really good job of avoiding that to happen. I also could see some threads where they were doing some rather questionable stuff, but it was overall really top performance here. And of course, they're also not trying to only play the absolute safest threats, but also just going for some more experimental, interesting strategies to surprise the enemies. Something I really appreciate, I've got to say. Although it is not necessarily always the best way to go for. Often it is more boring teams winning tournaments because of not getting into bad positions. Will still be interesting to see the rest of the tournament, how this is going to work out. Let's maybe have a look at the brackets here, or the matches. Wait. Okay. So it looks like APA won both the games as well, just as the Rejects. Aqua won the other one, e.g. won one game, Ikra won one, Immor, TQT and Crowley so far without any wins. So let's have another look right here. APA versus Immor 4-0. Crowley. Oh, Crowley, they were really doing a good job so far. Just getting only one win against Ikra. Ikra also a team which is rather playing passively and does some really safe strats. AG won the first game 4-1 against TQT. Aqua Rejects is what we've seen here on this channel. Just as Rejects versus EG. Then TQT is struggling a lot here, also 4-0 against APA. TQT, I've got to say, they were doing some really good stuff so far. I would rather see them in the lower top 8, so rather beneath the top 4 compared to the others. They were not quite on that same level, but I might be wrong about it. I've not seen everything yet. We will see. But this is already some good start here for APA and Rejects. Immor versus Crowley still playing. Okay. Yeah, I expect this one to be a win for Crowley. So Crowley will not stay on the last place here. They are going to get up, and they are actually going to be even with a few others here then. So tomorrow then, we will have EG versus APA, Rejects versus Ikra, TQT versus Crowley, Aqua versus Immor. So of course here EG versus APA will be the first highlight. After that, also some more very interesting games here. APA Crowley, EG Ikra, Rejects Immor, TQT Aqua. I think tomorrow then we will not have such high caliber games as today. I mean, those are still going to be really good games, but it's not the favorite teams for winning to play against each other. Like today, Rejects versus Aqua and EG, that was just really top level stuff here. So tomorrow is probably a little bit calmer, although EG versus API is also really hot, and the others of course also. And there are going to be some really close games, a lot of them. I will be very happy to see that. Thanks, Arab. So yeah, my prediction for top 4 right now. Let me just switch back here. API rejects Aqua EG. It's basically like we're seeing here already. This is the top 4 that we are going to get. Those teams are all really strong, and so far I've not seen too much of rejects yet. I would have said APA versus Aqua in the finals. After that, rejects EG. Would have rather said EG than rejects, but from what we could tell today, I will still have to see some API games. I cannot really judge on them, so take it with a grain of salt what I'm saying right now, because on the qualifier we've seen best versus worst format and really the top teams playing against each other, because it was not wanted to push out some high level teams too early in a tournament. I would say, yeah, right now might lead to some rejects APA finals, and rejects is well positioned to win this. But Aqua also, they have some potential still. Actually, API rejects Aqua, those are the 3 teams that I would see in the finals right now, but there can only be 2, of course. After those, I would say Crowley can also definitely be top 4. They have won against EG in the past already in the qualifiers, so actually they might still get up here and beat EG. Might also be, yeah, API rejects Aqua Crowley. That would have been my guess actually before before the end of the qualifiers. Crowley was top 4 still on the ranking, and I really like their gameplay. I think they're also very capable. But also EG is. It's really hard to tell right now. I'm still open for some surprises, and yeah, it will be close, I can tell you. For Ikra, TQT, I think they will fight for 5th or for the 6th and 7th place then rather, and Imor, I really don't see them getting too far in this tournament, because they were also quite lucky to still get in thanks to Raid having to face the TQT team, TQT winning against Raid quite closely, and Raid was a little bit better positioned to get further and place higher in the tournament. But it cost the Raid a lot of cups then, which still pushed up Imor into the top 8, although they were 12th or 13th before. Something like that, I don't know. So, yep. That's my prediction, basically, although it's not really a prediction just yet. A lot of stuff can still happen. It's just about one team having a bad day some time, or just one player. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It was nice to have you all here. And again, just a quick reminder that my main streaming platform is Twitch, and I'm restreaming right now, so if you want to see all the streams, and consider also leaving a follow on Twitch as well, if you're on YouTube right now. And beyond that, thanks for watching. Maybe on YouTube you can still leave an upvote. I'm still going to play some games. Let's maybe go for 1 or 2 times though. You know how hard it is to get one game only. We still have a bit of time. Okay.
Up and at 'em, lads.
Leo going left. I also really like going for the middle here. But losing the medium side often leads to defeat. Especially on this map here, because it's really hard to push the left side against the enemy TDs. They're having way too strong positions. Hey Playmaker, well played. Pretty good job. Great games by rejects earlier. I was really surprised to see that. I mean, I knew you were on good level already, but I have not really seen too many games just yet. Look at the enemies all camping.
We didn't penetrate
Oh.
their armor.
There's so much about that, right? Wasn't I just saying it? Crap. E50, please back off. We got triple caps, we got a Leo camping, we got a lot of campers. Where's the bush? E50, just get out of there. We might still lose this, honestly. Enemies are just still quite healthy. We won't be able to push them. What's this game, honestly?
Penetration.
Nice.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Come on, Leo. Got a Leo behind me. Why is he not shooting?
We've damaged them.
Hello.
Enemy armor destroyed.
That works.
Enemy armor
Ah.
is damaged.
Come on, go. He doesn't have a clip anymore. Just go. Well. No, it's reloaded again. Oh gosh, this guy. Please don't run completely.
Enemy armor is hit.
That helps.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit.
Ah, okay. Cannot clip me anymore.
Crack hit.
Oh,
Ding them.
points.
We've damaged them.
I hope at least.
Enemy armor is hit.
No, he got shot down to one shot. Oh, and here.
We've damaged them.
No, this is so close on the points. We are losing on points now. Oh man, why did I not shoot AP? Oh crap. Man, we would have won if I just shot AP onto type. I did not expect Leo to also hit him still. Nah. Okay. So
Up and at 'em, lads.
quite a heavy lineup. I'm actually going for right side. Let's maybe not do it. Can be nice, but I don't want to be there alone. Although it's only tier 9 budget. I would just play the park side quite aggressively from the start on. Maybe shoot someone in B. Otherwise I can still relocate back.
We've damaged them.
What do we have there?
We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit.
Ah,
Enemy armor is damaged.
not horrible.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Should have actually shot Hash. I don't know. It looks like he got shot down there still. Never mind. Looking good for us. Oh.
Enemy armor is hit.
He only has one more. No? He would sash one shot, man.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And for such shots, I'm really not 100% confident on PC.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Much better on touch.
Penetration.
It's not looking too great suddenly.
Penetration.
Ooh. Yeah,
Gotcha.
good move.
Enemy armor is hit.
Yeah, okay, we should have this.
Penetration. Enemy
Yep.
vehicle destroyed.
That was suddenly surprisingly close, yeah. Luckily 62p misplayed. Okay. Availability XAI. Yeah, I'm still having delay right now. Also, let me just open Twitch real quick. Yeah, just I can see the message there of Violet. And just discovered Twitch. Yeah, on Twitch is really where all my usual streams are happening. Welcome to all the new followers, although I'm not on time to greet you right away. I'm not going to restart the stream actually. I was still thinking about it for a moment. But I'm already quite tired. Not really feeling like a really long stream evening. That shit without camo. I am not too confident with this. Enemies have a ton of mediums.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And our team is going city somewhat. This position is kind of good, but at the same time you can get outspotted by the bush, so it's not perfect. Gotta be careful about this. Ah, what the? Ah. Ah. I feel like there are options here.
We've damaged them.
I don't want to run into the Leo, but okay. It's fine.
We've damaged them.
I can now go for Chieftain actually. It's quite alone. Although Sheridan's also there, but I think this should be working out. Yep. Ouch.
Crack hit.
Haha, 28, okay. Come on, team. Ah. Great shot, yeah, absolutely. Ah. It's coming for me.
Enemy armor is hit.
Dang it. I should just shoot AP, man.
Penetration. The gunner's injured.
Ah, now he's moving, okay. But a bit late for me as I have to back off now.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Suspensions. Okay. Yeah, I was still worried that the Sheridan would just YOLO me here, so I did not really want to push out here or run away. But I think I might go for it now.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Perfect. Did not even get spotted. Dude, what are you looking at? T100 AFK? Oh. Ah, come on, really. No, it's not AFK, luckily. Dude, he's full life. It's just a run of this one shot. Oh, low hit point, chief tank now. I cannot do anything. Just got to wait for Sheridan to get spotted. Then I can... Ah, close. That was a gap. I think he should be running. Okay. Maybe kill shot.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Why do I feel like there are so many more such campers on PC? On touch, I don't get such people. Like this Batshit here, yes, okay. Sometimes, but seems to happen a lot more often when I'm playing on PC. Lucifer asking, where's the setting you can set free looks without turret turning on phone? There is a setting called a lookout bar. You have to enable that. And the controls panel. I cannot show it here because it's not here. But there is another switch where you have to turn on lookout bar, which then gives you some extra thing on your screen that you can then adjust on your controls, which is just some bar where you have to place your thumb to turn your side without really turning the turret. I think it's quite helpful because it does not tell the enemy that you're looking away. And you can just pretend to be looking one way, keep your strongest part of the armor towards the enemy. Just like that. I mean, for PC I use it quite often because it is so easy with the right mouse button. On touch it feels slightly less comfortable, but also still very possible. Ah, Jack. Oh, I see you totally messing up. No penetration like this.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Ah!
We've lost the track. We're stuck here. Penetration. We've damaged
No, 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 no. I'm having some backup, but I don't trust them. They're not really going to help me. Let's drive right to that RV maybe. Okay. Ah! Okay, that was bad aiming.
Enemy armor is damaged. We've damaged them.
Uh-huh.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Not confident. I really don't think we are winning this one anymore. Come on, FE.
We've damaged them.
Oh, are you kidding me? Let's push in here.
Enemy armor is damaged. Turret ring is damaged. Got him.
Man, FE. 0 damage potentially. Ah, okay, you asked like on phone. Just on PC. Yeah, right mouse button. Ah. Yeah. High chances of winning, I guess.
Let's go.
Again, team is sleeping still.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Let's just climb up here so I can still put out some shots. Not bad. Oh.
Enemy armor is hit.
Actually, the team moved towards the side, so it means I'm having enemies to my back. Ah,
Penetration.
well, still 200. Come on, team. Ah,
Penetration.
oh, are you kidding me?
We didn't penetrate their armor.
I did not penetrate.
We've damaged them.
Well,
Enemy armor is hit.
worked out.
Penetration.
No spawn liner, okay.
Enemy armor is
Oof.
hit.
669 noise. And another fire.
Lit up like bonfire night.
I still have a gorilla somewhere, which was unspotted for the entire game. Oh,
Penetrate their armor.
okay. Nah. Maybe AFK, maybe somewhere there, I don't know. Let's check the enemy spawn. He might be camping, or he's maybe just drowning himself. Who knows? Please AFK. No. He's not. He might still be AFK somewhere here in front of me. Ah, yeah. Circled the map. Also him without spawn liner.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Hey, black lights. Ah. This feels so weird, like bot matchmaking.
Let's go.
Okay, one light only on the enemy side, one budget. I like going for the left first spot as well, but this time I will just go for this one, just to see if anyone's coming. Do I move in? Still a bit risky. If I was fast, of course, I could have gotten in some shots here. But at the same time, I really don't want to go for such risky moves too early.
Penetration.
Might be completely alone. I overpeaked.
One on tracks is damaged.
Nope.
Enemy armor is hit.
Yeah. Mac is going to say hello to the chief.
Armor is hit.
Yeah.
Penetration.
Nice. Hello. Can you kill him? You have 3 shots. Oh. Little luck.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
We don't really have any advantages yet.
We've damaged them.
Although, yes we do.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Nice.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
And there's a low DPM gun. No spawn liner. I like to see that.
Crack hit. Enemy armor is damaged.
Ah,
Don't even scratch them.
bit too high.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Enemy armor destroyed.
Okay, nice. Might be nice. Although a low one though. I don't know, I feel like FE42 right now. Ah.
Up and at 'em, lads.
Very much against us. Sheridan also coming. Good. He tried to climb the hill. It failed. What did I have? Progetto, T62, Standard B. What am I seeing there? A gorilla pushing the river? What?
Penetration. Frag hit.
Anti-62 camping. Dude,
Penetration.
PC matchmaking is so weird.
Penetration. We damaged them.
He's pushing in.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Yeah, go die now.
We've damaged them.
It's actually quite funny, I just noticed that you can shoot HE shells through the water.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I mean, physically this should not be possible.
We've damaged them.
But never mind. And the others are just circling the map. I was super afraid of the 183 when pushing out here. But despite enemies having that many mediums, they decided they should play for the heavy side. Ah. Na? Auf wie gedasht. I'm shooting too many hash shots. Failing. Not worth it. Dude is getting no rub kit. I should actually run away because I hear Max might push me. It was also in a... Wait. T-34 should have the spots if it was there still. But where did he go then? Yeah. He's going to move, right?
Enemy
Yes.
armor is damaged.
Of course he does.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
Thanks for ignoring me.
Got him.
And I can just push in now as he clipped. Or maybe I can't.
Penetration.
He's reloading though.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Ah, I regret this. Oh my gosh, my PC aiming.
Enemy armor is hit.
No. Yeah, now I need to shout him. Okay.
Everybody out.
Yeah, but he can't get killed. Yeah. Alright, that works. Again, such a weird game. No ace though. Yeah, I cannot say that my PC aim is too great for such close distance shots. Or, yeah, I don't know. Auto aim can really be great help. Has been better in the past. You know, I played 80,000 games on PC and stuff. And then switched over to touch a couple of years ago. Team rather going city, I notice.
Enemy armor is hit.
I should run. Immersion. Oh, someone's also moving down again. Let's try to move away safely and push the Type 71 maybe. We should be quite alone. But everyone's sleeping.
We've damaged them. Didn't go through.
Yeah, I don't really want to push in there because of the 183 right behind.
Critical hit.
Bah, alright. Huh? What's that?
We've damaged them.
Some car. Okay.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Not looking bad right now. I think I should still kill him because my teammates will struggle.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
No AMX. Oh my gosh. Ah wait, 183 is actually dead. Now TVP as well, so I can get aggressive. Those were my biggest fears. I could just kill me easily.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. Crack hit. Enemy armor is hit. We're mobilized. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Ah, fail ram. Can I maybe set him on fire?
We've damaged them.
Okay, he's dead. Yup. I was a bit worried here, thinking that my teammates would not be able to kill the Type 71 because he had backup by 183 potentially, while enemies pushed our spawn. It could have been really awful there.
Let's get this show on the road.
Nope.
Enemy armor is hit.
Not quite. Can maybe shoot the E3 if he's crossing over. Not like this.
Penetration.
Not worth peeking at all. What else can I do?
We've damaged them.
Ugh. Yeah, okay. Ah, he stops.
Enemy armor is hit.
Nope.
Our fuel tank.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, man. Does there have to be 183? And setting me on fire as well. Well, it did not really change much, but still. I don't like it. Got to be very careful now. Keep some safer distance to the enemies. And maybe still provide some nice crossfire.
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged.
Okay, I'm still safe from behind, I think. Good. Ah, the last one. Not a lot of damage, thanks to this one shot of FA183. This guy camping on the other side of the map, completely out of the fight. But ruining my game. Okay. I think I will quit here though, because I'm really tired. You can maybe notice I'm not talking too much anymore. And we're playing with a delay anyway, so not too great for you. Yep, that's it for today. Let's have another look. Yeah, been some really great games. Really enjoyed this. And also, what else can I tell you? Wait. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Does Silver still streaming? What is my win rate? my win rate if you want to see it. That's my account. Having, ever zooming in, yeah. Having a huge 125 plus some tournament games, and others 135,000 games in total. Plus a reroll actually, 140,000 games. Yeah, quite a big number. Got a lot of experience with the game, and I've got the experience of being a noob back in the day. If we're just checking my first, whatever. My first tanks was still, my first tier 10 tank was 48%, I think. Later on, I got to some top level as well. And yeah, I think so. Therefore, I'm in a good position to explain a lot of stuff about the game and have made all the experiences. Nowadays, just sometimes being tryhardy, trying my best still. Sometimes me more being in relaxed mode for late night sessions here on Twitch. Other times, I'm going for win rate and platoon, but I'm not that sweaty anymore. But you can still see some 4K plus sessions on my streams as well. Just as some really relaxed gameplay or win rate streams, whatever. And of course, a tournament on YouTube. I'm still releasing some guides, some tactical knowledge about the game, what to do in what kind of situation, and so on. We've got a couple of map guides already. That's a new series that I want to complete for all the maps. I want to just do some map guide. Although I know those are not the kind of videos that are being watched a lot, but I think it's important that there's that kind of library and that there are people able to find good knowledge on this, because I think the most map guides are not necessarily by best players. I've had some tournament experience as well. Not just only commenting on tournaments and doing my usual sessions here. So if you're up for that, then I would be happy about a follow or sub on YouTube. Also, feel free to join a Discord server, because we're having a great Discord community. Lots of friendly people on there and helpful people as well. Let me put that onto the restream chat as well for YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube still at this point, then yeah, make sure to have a look at the description, because the stream is getting restreamed. I'll just put it on the chats right now. Let's just do it like that. Yeah. Oh. Okay, we're done here for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Gruß an die Matratze. 4.4k average in 42? What, today? Was it that good? I've had some bad games as well, but also some pretty good ones today. Ah. Oh, what? Yes, actually. I just played 4 games before the stream. In the morning or so, I don't know, where I played really badly. Okay, that's a stream session here. This is so weird. I'm having PC sessions like that not too rarely, and I don't feel too confident on my PC aiming and so on. The overview is better a little bit, I would say. It's easier to look around on PC and read the lineup, etc. I'm occasionally also having 4K plus on touch, but it just feels easier on PC. Or it does not feel easier. I'm just surprised to have a few streams like that or 3 sessions like that. Also, not long ago on the last tournament stream or 2 tournaments ago, I had 4.6k average on Vickers. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Let's end here. With the Twitch viewers, we can still hop on to Da Silva. Yeah, Da Silva, little streamer but great player. He's playing on APA, streaming right now, so I don't know if he's talking English or French. Let's just jump over there. I'm gonna end the stream first. Goodbye.